Hi, and welcome to the Theme Park Trader with your hosts Ryan and Dan.
Hello.
Look, this is more than anything. Obviously, we're celebrating 500 episodes, but more than
Yeah.
anything, this is a proof of life episode.
Do I need to like hold up a newspaper or something with the date and stuff?
Yeah, just to prove that we didn't record this like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's been a while, obviously, and people have been asking whether you're dead or not. Like seriously, I've had multiple questions. To which I've always said
Were you with the
no.
were you the prime suspect, Ryan? So
Well,
obviously you're trying to clear your
they
name.
didn't point they didn't point fingers, but I would suggest that probably, yeah, they were thinking that. But you have been very busy with life and
Yeah,
moving in with your wife to be
yeah.
and two dogs.
Just two dogs and trying to move house and
Yep.
yeah. It's yeah,
So
all busy, fun things, crazy, mad things.
and since you semi-retired, um, I've basically been arguing with Donna every week on the podcast. So
Uh, okay. Are you using marriage counselling sort of thing?
I mean, we're still together, so it's clearly working.
Yeah, something's working. There you go. Yeah.
Something's working. So, I mean, obviously, episode 500, big milestone. You know, we've been doing this for 10 years now,
Mhm.
which is mental. So, I thought it would be good to get you back on the show, not just to talk randomly about, what, theme park trader and some random poor reviews, but this year you did actually return to Walt Disney World and, well, Orlando, we should say. And
Yeah.
I think it's a good chance for us to chat through your trip, what you liked, what you didn't like, and what you did. So yeah, I reckon let's start with where you stayed. And obviously, for the purposes of people listening, I know where he stayed. We do actually still talk to each other. It's not like we haven't fallen out.
Yeah, yes. I mean, this was. I'm trying to think of when I last went. It might have been 2023. I think it was
Yep.
2023. So it's been a few years. Um,
With your
and
parents
yeah,
in 23, right?
yeah. Parents in 23. Um, this time I went with my fiancée Suzanne. So she hasn't been. She's been like once to Florida, and that was
Yep.
when she was about 11. So it's been quite a few years since she went. So a lot has changed. She hasn't seen any of the Harry Potter stuff or anything like that. It was all new to her and things. So yeah, so a lot of changes for her. But yes, where we stayed at Port Orleans French Quarter, which I did have to write down because I keep forgetting which one we stayed at between French Quarter and the other one.
Riverside,
Yeah, that's it. Um, and I did
the
just have to
home
think
of
it was
the
definitely French Quarter.
the home of the beignets.
The home of the beignets, which was definitely a driving factor of where we stayed because Suzanne is gluten free, um,
Hmm.
so which will probably come up later on as well. But yeah, the fact that they do gluten free beignets was definitely a selling point.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think Walt Disney World, I mean, you'll be able to tell me better than I can say, but I think they're fairly decent at dietary requirements, but I think we'll
Hmm.
come on to that in a bit. And I know I know at one point you were kind of stuck between the two, Riverside and French Quarter. What was the reason? Because we did Riverside last year, and we're
Yeah,
doing French Quarter in 2 weeks, which is very exciting. In fact, when this episode goes out, we'll be out there because
living it.
um,
Yeah.
we'll be living it at this point. So yeah, what drove you to stay at French Quarter over Riverside?
Um, I mean, I'm not going to lie. The beignets were definitely a factor. Um,
Yeah.
to a degree, it was the size of the resort as well. I mean, we only used the buses once, and that was to go to Magic Kingdom. And we definitely think we would use the buses to go to Magic Kingdom more because it was more
Yeah.
like one of our later visits to Magic Kingdom where we actually used the bus. Was it when we went to see the fireworks? I think it probably was. Um, but yeah, so that was definitely a bonus as well. I mean, I wouldn't say the freestyle machines were a strong selling point, but it was a nice to have.
I mean, you don't drink fizzy though, which is a big
Yeah,
reason as to why perhaps they weren't a big selling point.
but you can still get the flavored lemonades, Ryan.
You can, and you
So
know what? Piper is already talking about having all of the Diet Cokes like day one. So
you're just
yeah.
going to be charging around on Sugar Rush. It's like,
Oh,
yeah,
it's gonna be fun. And also, what did you think of the resort? Because I mean, obviously, you only used the bus once, which assuming you meant you had a car.
yeah. So we had a car. We had a car from day one, like for the whole trip. Which I certainly do like. Like the buses are a convenience, but I do like having your own car because it does make it a little bit more flexible for getting around. Like we went to Walmart like I don't know, like 3 or 4 times across the trip.
Yep.
We went to Celebration. We obviously drove to like Universal and things like that. So from our perspective, it did make that a bit easier. Um, um, but the resort itself was lovely. I mean, the layout was really nice, especially if you have a car because of the kind of layout of the buildings. Most of them are like right next to a car park. There's
Yeah,
only, I think it was only one or two that are like slightly further in. So it was really, really handy that we just had our own car park essentially, and there was always spaces, and it was just like a 2 minute walk up the stairs
yep.
to the room. So that was really nice. Um, but the overall resort was lovely. I mean, I can't say that we explored it a great deal, but the rooms are great. They'd been oh, that was one of the selling points. The fact that they've been refurbished, like
Yeah,
all of them had been refurbished, whereas I know Riverside, some of them hadn't been yet.
they're
Um,
doing it in a minute. Yeah,
yeah, so we were kind of like, we'd rather have a refurbished room rather than kind of gamble on Riverside. I know there were like some ways that you could try and increase your odds of getting a refurbished room at Riverside.
yeah. You could
But it,
probably just ask
yeah,
when you're checking in.
yeah, I think that was one of the things. And it was just like, well, and it did sort of depend on what type of room you've got, I think, as well, like which one you'd ordered.
Yep.
But yeah, just going to French Quarter and knowing that we were going to get a refurbished room was a selling point. Um, which the rooms themselves are lovely. Like I know people complain that they're not as Disney anymore and things like that. They still have a lot of Disney elements, like the because it was all
Princess and the Frog.
yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I couldn't think of
Yeah,
the name of it. All I could think was Tiana's. Um, yeah, but to me, it was like they feel fresh and modern, and they still have a Disney touch. So I like that. Um,
yeah. I agree with like Riverside as well. I found the rooms maybe more Disney than I expected to, and I think probably the same
mhm,
is French Quarter. I think it's nice that they have those. It's not like massively in your face, but as soon as the kids walked in the room, they saw, Tiana or whoever it was and recognized the character. So,
yeah,
I think that does make a difference. Did you use the boats at all?
we didn't actually. No, I don't know why we didn't use the boats. There were a couple of times we were like, oh, we could get the boat, but then it's kind of depended what we were doing and where we were going, either before or after. Because
Mm,
there weren't many occasions where we went directly from the hotel to Disney Springs. Um,
yeah,
so it just kind of it worked out that way that we ended up driving most of the time to Disney Springs.
yeah, it makes sense. I mean, as well, I think the rules hadn't changed when you were out there, so the boat queues probably would have been a bit longer than
Yeah,
they are now.
yeah, which was definitely a downside. I mean, we realized that the rules are changing after we got back, and because
Mm,
yeah, sometimes the queues for beignets were just crazy. Um, like we got them, I think 3 times across the 15-night trip. Um, but there were a couple of other occasions where we would pick them up, but the queue was literally out the cafe all the way into the quick service location. It was just insane, and
yeah.
it's not the quickest. It's not the quickest serving place, and that's not a fault of the staff there.
No, because they're all
It's
made
just
fresh, right?
yeah, and for one thing, if you're like in my case, we were ordering like dietary requirements. They take
Mm,
even longer. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, we weren't. There were a couple of occasions where we were like we would have done, but we're not prepared to wait. So
Yeah, I think that's fair. And I think from what I can see, both the queues for beignets and the boats have reduced drastically since your trip, which
right.
which is great if you're staying there.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. I can see it's obviously not ideal for people that aren't staying there, but you know, it's one of the perks of
I
staying
think,
there. So you know, it should
yeah,
benefit those people.
I think unfortunately TikTok has ruined that resort because it was getting so crowded by people just turning up on the boats, on the buses that aren't staying on property at
Yeah,
all and just queuing for beignets.
yeah. Do they
So
still stop people? Do they stop people driving in?
yes,
They
yeah,
do. Okay.
because when you were driving in, I'm assuming the cast member on the gate would check your magic band or something.
Yeah, they had like two. They had two routes, and it was really badly signposted, or in the fact that it wasn't signposted. So, like the first two
Mm,
or three occasions, we went to the gate, and the guy would like check us, and it was quite a slow process. And there was an automated gate next to it, which we'd seen buses go through, and we're like, "Oh, is that only the bus thing?" But no, it was like you could scan your magic band, which
oh,
was
they work for
clunky
magic
as
bands as
hell.
well.
Yeah, it does work for magic bands, but it was clunky. It took
Mm,
quite a while to like register the magic band,
yeah,
which I
yeah,
don't know if that was the fault of our magic bands because they're a bit older, but everything else works perfectly fine with the magic band. So it was literally just the gate to the resort. You had
yeah,
to like
yeah,
hold it for ages and try and move it around, but yeah,
yeah. So yeah, they're still restricting people from that way, and then they're checking magic bands or passes at Disney Springs for people that are getting on the boat and the buses. So if you're
right,
not staying on property, you can't get on either from Disney Springs.
okay, okay.
But you could be staying at All Star Movies, and they'll let you get on the boat to French Quarter.
Uh, what? So if you're staying at a different resort, they'll let you go on.
As long
Oh, I
as you're
see.
staying
Oh,
on Disney property, you are able to board those buses and boats. Now, what's interesting is touring plans. They were
yeah.
doing a count of the people that were getting rejected on the first day, and it was 25%.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
And they
I
and
didn't
they were
realize it
estimating
was. I thought. Yeah.
they were estimating because it was quite well communicated by Disney. So they think that actually the percentage before the rollout was on some days up to 40%.
Right. What, 40% of people getting on those boats were like non-resort guests?
Yep.
What? Wow. Okay.
So it's a huge reduction in people getting into that resort and queuing for beignets and going in the pool or whatever. So I think it's
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah, definitely. I think it is a positive change. I can appreciate some people are like it's a downside for some people, but when you are paying to be at that resort, it's or you know, as it or on Disney property, it's kind of like, well, you should be able to benefit from that over the people that haven't paid to be there.
Yeah, if it's the difference between a 10-minute queue for beignets and a half an hour queue for beignets, that makes a big difference to the guest satisfaction scores.
Yeah, 100%.
So obviously with the resort, French Quarter, what about, stuff that you hadn't done before or that you enjoyed as part of the trip? So like obviously Suzanne, it would have been nearly everything in the resort apart from a few kind of old school rides. But yeah, what like what parts were you like did you enjoy the most?
Um, I mean, the kind of the big thing was Epic. Um, that was the first time that I've been to Epic. Is that Epic Universe hoodie?
It's
Is
a
it?
Burning Tavern hoodie. Yep.
Ah, Burning Tavern. Okay. Yeah, we should just comment the fact that Ryan's wearing a hoodie and it's 25 degrees at the moment. Um,
It's nice and cool in here because there's a wind going through this room and there's wind coming through. Like it's a nice free breeze.
yeah, you got a passing wind in you. Yeah,
Also, I'm not wearing any pants, so it's fine.
that's true. Fortunately, I can only see the shoulders up. Yeah. Um,
So
yeah.
what
I
did you
mean, I
think?
was trying
Like,
to
because
think.
I mean, let's. let's talk about Epic, because I think,
Yeah.
for you at least, that's the biggie, right? What did you think? What did you think of the park? And did you have Express?
We did not have Express.
Okay.
So we sort of considered it beforehand. It was very expensive. Um, and it only got more expensive like close to the day. Because we
Yeah.
did sort of think, okay, we'll go once and then we'll see like how it is, and then we would consider buying it. But then when we actually got there, it was like 50% more or something like that. It was some ridiculous sum to actually
Yeah.
get it, and that was sort of on most of the days it was actually sold out, which is mad. But it didn't feel like we massively needed it. Like we literally did everything that we wanted to do. We went twice across the trip.
Yeah.
And in our first day, we got there for essentially rope drop. Obviously, we didn't have early access.
So
So
it was like 10 or something, isn't it?
yeah, I think it was 10. So we were there at like 9:30. We were in a queue of people to get in. We were a bit confused as to like where we were going, because you'd have kind of queue inside the Celestial. Is it Celestial?
Celestial Park, yeah.
Yeah. So we were like queuing up there, and we were like, okay, well, we'll queue for uh, Super Nintendo Land, because
Yeah.
we figured that would be the busiest one. Um, and yeah, we got in there. There was quite a lot of people. But, the weird thing that for me, the weird thing was when we first got in there, it's like you have to go up an escalator. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, this is weird. Are they all going to be like this? But then the land is so like up and down, isn't it? Like you go up the
It's
escalator and then there's
very
down steps.
strange.
And yeah. I want to say we also had trouble like finding our way around, because we wanted to go to I'm going to forget all the names of these things, by the way, the actual names. We wanted to go to Donkey Kong ride.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were like, we have no
You're
idea
like,
where
where
it
is it?
is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because all you could see Minecart Madness.
Yeah.
Um, was that no? Is that the wrong one? Is
No,
it
Donkey
Donkey
Kong,
Kong
Michael
Minecraft?
Madness. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's not the one I was thinking of. We could see Mario Kart, that's the one. And
Oh,
we could
yeah.
see
It's
Yoshi's.
like bottom left, isn't it? Yeah, the bottom left is Mario
Yeah,
Kart, and then Yoshi's is above it. Yeah.
yeah. So we ended up like walking around the top bit, and then realized we have to go downstairs, even though we've come
Yeah.
upstairs. Like, and then it's like tucked around the back, almost like a land within a land, almost, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's very much a separate part of Nintendo for sure.
Yeah. So we first went to Donkey Kong, and that was like quite a long wait. I mean, it was
Oh,
probably an hour and a half, hour and three-quarter wait or
it's
something.
slow as well, right? It
It's
is
really
slow.
slow. Yeah. Um, and I mean, we got on it, and we weren't impressed. I'll be honest.
Mm.
Like for the length of the wait and the length of the ride, and just generally the smoothness of the ride, considering it's a brand new ride and all that sort of stuff, it throws you around quite a bit. Like it's not a
Yeah.
smooth track.
I do
Um,
think that's
yeah,
intentional though, because in the games, those sections of the games are they're quite
what
intense, like
rickety.
intense and rickety, and they do throw you about. So I don't know for
Yeah,
sure, but I'm hoping that's intentional. But it does throw you around quite a bit.
yeah. It just kind of felt like one of the things. It's like, oh, the track's gone, sort of thing, and you still go over. And they did that like I don't know, 3, 4, 5 times throughout the ride, and it didn't really feel like I don't know,
Mm.
like a cliffhanger sort of moment. It was just like, oh, well, they're doing it every 2 seconds. So
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
exactly like, oh, well, no, the bridge is out sort of thing. Um, yeah, I don't know. We just weren't particularly impressed, considering that was our first ride and we waited so long for it. Because I think that was
Yeah.
probably one of the longest waits that we had. I'm just thinking, I mean, Harry Potter might have been similar, but I feel like the queue experience was better for Harry Potter.
I mean, that queue is unreal, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean the queue's better than the ride, to be honest. Um,
Yes,
um,
100%. Like 100%, that queue is better than the ride.
yeah, I mean it's not a terrible ride. It's not Fast and Furious terrible, um,
No.
but it's just and I would say as Harry Potter rides go, um, I would say it's probably better than Forbidden Journey.
But Hagrid's
Um,
is the best.
yeah, Hagrid's is the best. I mean, Hagrid's was another thing, like, and obviously on a different day where we waited ages for that. That was a tough queue. Like, it was so hot. And then you go into this room, and we were on one of the days where they've got the school kids at
Oh yeah,
Islands. And you go into this room, it's like, I think it's the greenhouse room or something like that. And it's so echoey, and you've got like hundreds of kids like shouting. And it's, and we just queue for like, and then you go through the tunnels, and they're just never ending. Like
yeah,
turn
it's a
after
long queue.
turn. Yeah, it was rough, and because again, it was just before they got rid of the fast pass on that ride.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
so yeah, so we had like peak queue time. But yeah, Epic. Back to Epic. So yeah, we did Minecart Madness. We did Mario Kart and Yoshi's.
What do you
Yoshi's.
think of those?
So I mean, Yoshi's was fine. I mean, it's a
Yoshi's is a kids ride, right? It's fine. It's
yeah, it's fine.
the
It's
way I would
inoffensive.
describe it is,
It's chill.
yeah, it's it's like the People Mover, but in Nintendo.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Um, there wasn't anything like massively exciting about it. Um, the I don't know the queue. I can see the queue feeling dated quite quickly, just the way it's
I
been
also
designed.
feel, yeah, and I also feel it goes way slower than it should, that queue.
Yeah, considering it's pretty like a constantly moving ride.
Yeah,
I mean, you could say the same thing about Minecraft Madness. That's basically a constantly moving ride because of the way that they
yeah.
load people into the cars, and I'm like, it doesn't feel like you're moving that smoothly. Um,
No, no. And
um,
what about Mario
and
Kart?
then
Because that's kind of like the flagship ride, isn't it? But I mean, my
yeah,
view on it was I came away quite disappointed.
I was disappointed for a couple of reasons. One, it was okay. It just felt incredibly busy, and I can see a lot of people not enjoying that. Like everything that's
Yeah,
going on is quite hard to follow what you're doing. Um, but I will say we rode it twice, back to back. The reason was because my headset worked on the first time. Suzanne's didn't work at all on the
oh
first time.
right,
So
okay,
we sort of raised it. We sort of mentioned it to the staff afterwards, and they were like, "Oh, you can go back on. You can just wait here, and we'll put you back on the next track, the next car." Which was weird to a degree because they didn't do anything with the broken headset. They just let people get on, on the next load of people just got on. You kind of think, well, is it broken completely? Because it wasn't working for her at all. But yeah, and the next time we went on, hers was working and mine was only half working. So I could
oh
see
right,
everything,
okay,
but it wasn't in sync. So it was like over only half of my vision. So I couldn't
yeah.
like interact with anything. So we wrote it twice, and both times there were like technical problems with it. So I don't know
Mm,
how many times that happens. And if it doesn't work for somebody, are they necessarily going to know? Because Suzanne didn't know what she was meant to be seeing. And it was only
yeah,
because I was there, like saying what I was seeing, that she knew it wasn't
yeah.
working. So how many times does that happen to people and they just don't realize it's not working?
It is. It is just there's too much going on for me. There's just
Mm,
way too much going on, and I love Mario Kart. I was going into that thinking this is going to be incredible, and I just came off going that was just insane, but not in a good way. It was just there's just too much going on.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, 100%. Which I guess that's like our view of Mario Kart, the Super Nintendo land in general, is it's a very
yes,
well designed land. It looks fantastic. I mean, I suppose I wouldn't say it's well designed from a like infrastructure pathway ways. It's very
no,
confusing and there's a lot going on. It's very immersive, but the rides don't really back it up. Um,
yeah, I would agree with that. I think it looks like you're in a video game, and they've ticked all the boxes there.
yeah,
But yeah, I think I mean I liked Minecart Madness, but and Yoshi was, I didn't expect anything more than what it was. But yeah, Mario Kart for me was a letdown. But yeah, it's just chaos. There's too much going on, and you don't know where to look.
mhm.
Which, I guess you know if you were in a Mario game, that is probably would be the case.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I guess I can't remember exactly where we went after Mario or after Super Nintendo. I think we may have gone to Isle of Berg,
Oh yeah,
um, which I will say I think that was probably our favorite land. Um, I mean, Dark
it looks
Universe was up
amazing,
there for
doesn't it?
me. Yeah, Isle of Berg is fantastic. Like all three of the rides. So we did all three of them. So you got the again, I don't remember the names of them. There's the Hiccups wing gliders, is it? Something along those
Yeah,
lines.
that's like the roller coaster. Yeah,
Oh, is that the coaster? Which is the one that's on the arm?
I don't know actually. I can't remember. I've not done that one because my dad wouldn't do it.
Oh, okay, okay. It was good
'Cause
fun. It was good fun.
it looks fun.
Again, like none of them in that land had a particularly long wait, which is one of the mad things. It's like they're all fantastic
Mm,
rides. Because then the third one's the boat ride,
yeah,
which was just great because it was we just got soaked and it was like super super cooling on a really hot day. And the fact that
yeah.
you can like attack other boats is brilliant. We were having some like water fight with these two other people in a boat further on. Um, and then yeah, but the coaster one, I think that was probably the coaster one was probably like kind of our collective favorite ride. I did really enjoy Frankenstein's, um,
Yeah.
but like we both really enjoyed that coaster, the Hiccups coaster.
Oh, it's an amazing coaster. I did it twice in the same day, one during the day and one at night, and
Mhm.
it was great both times. But for me, an outdoor coaster at night is always more fun.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I will say we did have technical problems. I think I don't know how many times we rode it. It was at least two, maybe three times across the 2 days. We did have technical problems on at least two of them. So the first time, the first time it stopped at the point where um, Hiccup presses the button.
Oh yeah,
No, is it
yeah,
Hiccup that presses? No, it's not Hiccup that presses the
yeah.
button, is it?
It is. It
Is it?
hits it with his foot.
Okay, yes, yeah. So we got stuck there for a while. And then the next time, we got stuck in the egg section,
Oh
um,
yeah, yeah.
which was a little bit disconcerting, to be honest, because it's the whole bit where you start going and then you come back to the egg section. And it's like we were
Hmm.
stuck there for quite a little while, and you're thinking, is another car going to come round? Because it's the point where you go forward and then back, and it's like, well, we're kind of in the path of another train. But yeah, that was a bit
I had a
disconcerting.
similar
But
experience to that once. On Hagrid's, we just dropped
mm.
and we were stuck in that drop for 5 minutes, and I could hear the next train above us,
Oh, really? Okay.
and I was like, "Oh, this is it. This is the end."
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest, I completely forgot most of Hagrid's. So when we
Mm.
did it, I was like, Suzanne was like, what's it like? And I'm like, yeah, it's a nice like coaster. And completely forgetting there's like backward sections and the drop and all that sort of stuff. She doesn't like drops, like
Oh right, okay,
rocket drops. So I was like, I completely forgot that.
and super
Uh,
fast as well.
yeah, yeah, it was definitely faster than I remember it. Um,
Yeah,
uh, but yeah, so Hiccups was definitely a high point. We ate in we had like lunch in in one of the restaurants in Heidelberg. I couldn't tell you
oh
the
yeah,
name. It was like
think
the
I know
big
the one.
hall.
Yeah, I know the one you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was really nice. Um, oh yeah, because that was when I was trying to think. We ate in the Harry Potter one as well, the cafe there. That
Yeah.
must have been on our second day. I was trying to think before we started recording, like which one, where we ate on the various days. Um, but yeah, so the Heidelberg one was really nice. Uh, where else did we go? We didn't go to Harry Potter on our first day. We kind of left that one to our second day. Um,
Yeah.
but we did go over and do Dark Universe on our first day.
Yeah.
So we did like both the uh, is it Wolfman?
The werewolf one, yeah.
Werewolf one, yeah.
Curse
Where
of the
we did the
Werewolf, yeah.
werewolf coaster. Yeah, yeah, that was really good. That was good fun. I was a bit concerned about that because it's like it turns, doesn't it? The cars
Yeah,
turn. Um, but I had a great time. Because
that's
I'm not a
interesting.
huge fan of like spinning rides, so I
Yeah,
wasn't sure like how much it was going to be because it's kind of like the Fast and Furious coaster that's coming where the cars like
it is a bit, yeah,
individually turn. Yeah, and I was a little bit
yeah.
hesitant of that. But yeah, that was really good. But for me, yeah, uh, Frankenstein's was fantastic. Um,
Oh, it's just unbelievable, right? Just
yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah, incredible. Like the queue setting and everything like that is fantastic, and then the actual ride
Yeah,
is just phenomenal. Like it brings the really good elements from um, Forbidden Journey, but
yeah,
without the like really for me disorientating screens that Forbidden Journey have. So the fact that they've got so many practical effects in that ride is just fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah, we did that again. We did it at least twice. I can't remember if we did it 3 times over the 2 days. But yeah, just fantastic. And it doesn't even have that much of a queue, which is
It's
mad.
mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
The capacity of that ride is
Mm.
crazy, and the fact that I think it's the best ride in Orlando personally, but I probably did that ride 5 or 6 times over 2 days at Epic last year.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just and the fact yeah, it's so good. And the fact there is another queue, you can just rinse and repeat it. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. And there's always like I feel like there's several things that you'll catch differently because they have so many practical effects and you're
yeah,
moving around quite quickly. You will like spot stuff on other ride throughs. Um,
yeah. It is great.
and I'm trying to think what else we did on our first day. We did try to do Stardust, but it went down. Um,
Oh, okay.
it went down the first time, and then we were like, oh, okay, we'll wherever we went afterwards, we were like, because we waited for a while, and then they were like, oh, um, we don't know how long it's going to be. So we were like, oh, okay, we'll go away because it didn't have that much of a long wait anyway. So we went
Yeah,
away, and then literally as soon as we went away, we were queuing for the next thing. I think it might have been Dark Universe, and it came back up. That
always
was
the
just
way.
unfortunate
Yeah.
timing. But we did do it on our second day. We did I want to say we did the yellow track.
Okay.
Um, I did not enjoy that coaster. I did not enjoy Stardust. Um, I don't know whether
Too
it was just
intense.
it was too rattly for me. It shook my head about too much,
Okay.
which is like a complaint that I had about the old Rip Ride Rocket coaster. That shook my
Yeah.
head around. Because I would say it's similar intensity to Velocicoaster, which we did
Yeah. It's got a lot
like
of
another
comparisons
day.
to Velocicoaster. Yeah.
But I think I enjoy Velocicoaster so much more. It's
Mm.
so much smoother. It doesn't throw you around as much, which I don't know if because we only did Stardust once because we did it on our second day, and after we did the first one, I was like, I don't really want to do the other track today. Um, but the other track might be better because I think we looked up online and one is meant to be faster and the other one's got more inversions or something like that.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
along those lines. So I think the one with more inversions might be better for me if it's like slower and smoother. Um,
Yeah. Makes
but
sense.
yeah, that would be something to try like next time. Um,
Yeah.
and then I think what else I've missed? Harry Potter. So
Yeah.
Harry Potter, that's really good. Like it's a nice land. It's really well themed. As I say, we kind of touched on it. The 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 queue for the Ministry of Magic ride is definitely better than the ride
Yeah.
itself.
The ride's okay. The ride's okay, but I don't think it deserves
Yeah.
the praise it gets.
No, I don't think it deserves the praise. It doesn't deserve like the wait time either. It's like not dissimilar to
No.
Minecart Madness, where the wait is much bigger than what the ride delivers, basically. Um,
Yeah.
and considering that whole land has got like one ride and a show, it feels a bit light as the
Yes.
land goes.
So
Considering it's quite
from what
big
I
as well.
understand, there's two expansions happening first. One is going to be in Harry Potter. They're going to be creating another ride for that land, and the other
Okay.
is approved for Dark Universe. So
Makes
But
sense
there's
because
there's
they, you know,
expansions in everything.
yeah. I mean, it makes sense because they obviously those two lands have got the least number of rides like between them.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see another ride at Isle of Burke. I honestly don't. I just don't think it's needed.
No, I mean, considering it's already got three rides, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me with Super Nintendo Land as well. Um, like it doesn't
Yeah,
really have the space to a degree. I'm sure they can probably find space, but it feels
there
busy
there is
already.
an expansion pad. There is an expansion
Or
pad
is there?
there.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So I mean that's kind of universal. What about the Disney side of the trip? What were some of the highlights? Was there much new that you hadn't done before?
yeah, I was trying to think of that, and I don't think. Uh, I think the possibly the only new thing was the Zootopia ride show
Oh yeah,
in Animal Kingdom.
that's not been reviewed particularly well. What were your thoughts?
No, we weren't impressed. Um, again, like not dissimilar to Mario Kart, it felt incredibly busy. There was so much going on
Yeah.
that it was hard to work out what was happening. And I don't know whether that's, you know, we're just a bit older and the kids just take it all in, and I don't know. It just felt so fast paced that
Mm,
I think It's Tough to Be a Bug was much better, to be honest. Like It's Tough to Be a Bug was dated,
yeah.
but it
I mean,
felt
I haven't
like
seen it
much
yet,
better paced. Okay, okay.
so
I mean, it'd be
we'll see it in
interesting
a
to see
couple
what
of
the
weeks.
kids
But
think of it.
yeah, I think because I had a big rant, unsurprisingly, against Zootopia going into Animal Kingdom because it
Yeah.
doesn't fit. It's always been my opinion. That was the opinion of Joe Rody. They are
Mhm.
they are basically humans in animal bodies, so it doesn't fit
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom at all. But there we go. Imagineering in 2025 obviously felt different. So, but then it's not. It's just not been reviewed well. They've actually updated it in the last couple of weeks to add in Patrick Warburton's mayor. I think he's the mayor. To try and
Oh,
give it
okay.
a bit more like storytelling to explain to people what's going on. But I still
Yeah.
don't think that's going to save it. It hardly ever has a wait. I just think if the wait time is roughly the same as it's Tough to Be a Bug, they've done a bad job.
Mm. Yeah, it's hard to tell, isn't it? Because obviously it's got quite a high capacity. Um,
Yeah,
and you know they're constantly running shows however many every 10, 15 minutes or whatever it is. Um, but yeah, like considering there isn't a queue for it, it's not a good sign, is it? um,
no, no, and it's not.
yeah. um, I will say one thing that we did in um, Animal Kingdom that we've not done before, well, two things actually. One was Nomad Lounge because they have gluten-free churros,
Yeah,
which were fantastic. Although I would say, I mean, the selection of dips wasn't exactly my choosing. There was like a blueberry and some sort of like vanilla sort of sauces. Um, I'll be honest, if you give me churros, I kind of just want chocolate. Um,
yeah, yeah. Fair
but
enough.
you know, something like that. But they were fantastic. They were lovely. They tasted amazing. Um, and the other thing that we did was the what's it called? Wilderness Explorer thing.
Oh yeah, you did the followed the book for that.
Yeah, so we followed the book. I mean, I say we, it was mostly Suzanne, but I will claim that they gave me the sticker at the end to say I'm a wilderness explorer. So I'm taking that,
Fair.
or a
Yeah.
senior wilderness explorer, whichever one it was. Um, but yeah, that was nice. That was good fun. We were going to go to the conservation station. Is that the right name for it?
Yes.
Rafiki's Planet Watch.
Yeah.
But
The
that was all
conservation
closed.
station is there though.
Oh, it's there, is it? Okay, yeah. So that was all
Yeah.
closed because they were renovating or something, or they were
For
converting it,
Bluey.
aren't they? To yeah, for Bluey. That's it. Which is an interesting choice. Um,
Again, it doesn't fit. I think if you're gonna do it, change Planet Watch into Australia and have
Mm.
animals and stuff there. But I think it's a temporary fix. I think given that Bluey is the most popular show in the world at the minute, I think it's almost inevitable that we'll see a land at some point. I think that's just testing the waters.
Yeah, I don't know if it's. I don't know if it was almost like when they brought Cars into Hollywood studios. Um,
Yeah,
the fact that it's kind of a popular franchise, they kind of shove it in one way or the other quickly, cheaply, um,
yeah,
and now they've got Cars Land coming to Magic Kingdom. So it's yeah, we might see a similar thing with Bluey, I guess. Um,
I think so. What did you think of the villain
which
show?
yes, that's made me think that was another new thing, which again was very disappointing.
I've heard
And
that.
I don't think it had been open that long when we
I think
went.
it opened last summer. Last summer it opened, so it's been
Oh, was
open a
it?
while. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. I can't remember why. I got the impression that it hasn't been open long. Um, but yeah, because there were some people like mouthing along to every single line, and like,
oh
how many times have you seen that to know
yeah,
every single word to to this show? And it really wasn't a good show. And it was also weird because at the end they do like this almost like audience poll to be like, who do you think is misunderstood or something, the most misunderstood villain or something like that. And massively, it was um, what's her name?
Maleficent.
Maleficent. Yeah, it was her. And yet, I think Hook won, and it was like, okay. I mean, you clearly just deliberately choose who is the winner
Yeah,
for every show.
yeah,
It's nothing to do with the audience participation, which I guess makes sense because yeah, like 99% of the time, it's going to be Maleficent. Um,
yeah,
it was just kind of weird because they made Hook incredibly camp. Like I know he has a bit of that in the film, but
yeah.
this was like to the max. It
To the
was it
max.
was a bit
Okay.
odd. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was rough. It was a rough watch. But it
Okay.
was really
Okay.
weird
Fair
because
enough.
I don't know, it wasn't what I was expecting going into it. Um,
Yeah. See, we haven't seen it yet, but I'm because it opened just I think the summer after we were there last spring. I'm expecting it to be terrible, but I'm not expecting it to be as bad as what was there before, which was awful.
yeah, it kind of feels just like a doomed position, that
Yeah.
one.
They need to put the
Which I think
Muppets
you
in
said,
there. I
yeah, that's what you said recently, wasn't it? Yeah, it's just like I don't. Yeah, that just seems like a no-brainer, isn't it? Now that you've got the Muppet coaster next door,
yeah.
um, yeah, which unfortunately wasn't open when we were there. So yeah, I think it opened like
Yeah.
shortly after because quite a lot of stuff opened on the 21st of May, I want to say, and I think we left around the 16th or something. Um,
Right. Okay. Yeah.
so yeah, we missed quite a lot of new stuff, which was unfortunate.
Mm.
Well, not entirely new stuff, but like you know,
Yeah.
bits and
Yeah.
pieces.
Makes sense. And then like I guess finally to touch on like food, obviously you mentioned Suzanne
Mm.
has dietary requirements. How was that across Disney World? Or like I guess any highlights, any disappointments? You mentioned it. I mean Nomad Lounge. I love Nomad Lounge. It's a great place.
Yeah.
I think the service there is always fantastic. I've had some of the food there before. The cocktails are nice. I think the service yeah, I think it's just brilliant. So are there any other experiences like that where it kind of shines through?
Um, just skimming through what we've got. So I will say for dietary requirements, we ate a few times at the quick service at the hotel, partly because of like
Yeah.
convenience. Um, and that was a really good system because you just order it by the app. You can see
Yeah.
everything, the dietary requirement. You can order it, and then it just it's all dealt with. It takes a little bit longer. Like there were occasions where we had to wait quite a long time for the food. Um, um, and there was like one occasion where we couldn't get a time slot for like mobile order. And so I
Yeah.
went down and just did it there, and it was a bit clunky because we had like my one wasn't dietary requirements, but Suzanne's
Right.
was, and
Yeah.
because they kind of prepare it separately, I had to sort of wait for Suzanne's to be ready, and then I could order mine,
Yeah.
because otherwise we have no idea like how long it would take, and I think it might have been like as much as like a half-hour wait for the dietary requirement one.
Oh
Um,
wow. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, so it was sometimes it was incredibly quick. And I know we
Yeah.
went to Pinocchio's village house,
Oh yeah.
um, in Magic Kingdom
Pinocchio's
once.
Village House.
Yeah, and, and I think the first, because we did like two orders because we were like we weren't that hungry when we got in, but the wait for the first order was so long that we were like really hungry afterwards. So we
Oh
ended up
okay. Yeah.
ordering like some more food. And the first one took such a long time. The second one was like instant. It was so weird. It's such
Oh
a you
right. That
can't
is strange.
yeah, you can't sort of guess how long it's going to take. And the
Mm.
similar thing at the quick service at the hotel. Sometimes it was incredibly quick. Other times it was quite slow. Um, uh, but that was really good. You know, everything's like labeled separately and all that sort of stuff, packaged separately. Like it was always the same. Well, most of the times we went there, it was like the same chef that was doing it. There was only
Yeah.
a couple of occasions, like we had a couple of breakfasts there as well in the hotel. They were really nice. Um, where else did we went? So we went to Garden Grill. That was really nice. But the amount of food was insane. Um,
Breakfast or dinner or lunch or dinner.
Dinner. So
Okay.
Garden Grill dinner. So because there was only two of us, and because Suzanne had the allergy thing, they brought out each of us had our own platter that was probably designed for like four.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Um, so it was like an insane amount of food, and they bring out like this cornbread to start with, which was really nice. But I had like
I
the
love
entire.
cornbread.
It was like an entire loaf of cornbread
Hmm.
for myself, which I kind of like. I was like, I don't want to eat too much of it, but I don't want to not eat it.
Yeah.
Um, and the similar thing with the dessert, I had like the entire dessert thing for me, which was probably designed for four people, and
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
felt, I don't know, it felt a bit wasteful because like we barely made a dent in some of it.
Yeah.
Where I think it was better, like proportioned, was Liberty Tree Tavern.
Okay.
Um, so that one they didn't bring out like an entire platter. They just brought out like a plate each for each like a normal sized dinner plate of each of
Okay.
everything
With like
on the plate.
right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was much more proportioned, better, and you know she came around and asked if we wanted more, you know, more of anything. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think they managed it, and they managed that one much better. But that food at both of them were fantastic. We would go back to, we would definitely go back to both of them. Where else did we go? Yaki Yeti, that was really nice.
Yeah.
And
I love
again,
it
like
there.
dietary requirements, they did it really well. Um, we ate at Hard Rock, Raglan Road, Boathouse. Those are all like the classics,
Yeah.
and they were all fantastic. Like again, they deal with dietary requirements really well, and there were no concerns or anything like that. And Rainforest. I don't think I mentioned. Did I mention Rainforest? Can't remember.
No.
But yeah, we ate there. The only one we had a bad experience
Mm.
was Crystal Palace. Um,
Okay.
and that wasn't the experience itself. Like the restaurant was lovely, the food was nice. I mean, it's probably the weaker of the buffets,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
general. Um, like, and the reason we went, I mean, Suzanne's like her favorite character is Eeyore, so being able to do the
Yeah.
meet and
Makes
greet
sense.
there was brilliant. But she did get glutened. We're like 99% sure that was where she got glutened. So,
Right. Okay.
which I know it's like a buffet, so there is always that risk of like cross contamination. We don't know
Cross
whether it was a case
contamination.
of, yeah, we don't know whether it was cross contamination or something was, or we like she picked out the wrong thing or it was mislabeled, whatever it was. Yeah, and because the thing is, we went to, I always forget the name of it. The one in Paris, the equivalent one in Paris.
Yeah.
And we went to several buffets in Paris like 2 years ago, and we didn't have any problems with gluten there.
That's interesting.
So yeah, I don't know what it was at Crystal Palace, whether it was just we were lucky in Paris and just unlucky in Florida. Don't know, but it did mean like for like 2 days afterwards, we went to like Hollywood Studios, and we were only there for a couple of hours, and she was just like exhausted because it takes you out, it takes that out of you basically.
Yeah,
And then the
yeah,
next day we went to Islands of Adventure, and it was a similar thing. We were only there for a couple of hours, and we had to go because she was feeling really rough. Um,
yeah.
um, so that was the only downside. Like
Well,
the food itself was nice.
you're a better
It was
man
just
than me, because
unfortunate.
I would have said, well, you can get the Uber back to the hotel. I'll see you later.
I mean, it was like going to islands. It was like a costly trip because
Yeah,
driving over there, and then we were there for I don't know. It was only a couple of hours,
yeah.
and we had to pay. I think it's $35 for part.
It's expensive. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
expensive.
yeah. Which obviously it's fine at Magic Kingdom, but yeah, it's a bit of a sting for Universal.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But I mean, overall, sounds like an amazing, amazing trip. And I mean, I know obviously next year you're getting married, and you
mm,
already have plans to do a non Disney honeymoon. But are you thinking kind of returning in the next like 2-3 years, kind of doing it that way, like kind of, I guess how we used to do it as kids, where you'd go back every 2 or 3
yeah,
years? Is that what you're thinking?
possibly. I can see us definitely going back. I just don't
Yeah,
100% know when because yeah, like next year is quite a busy year. Um, I don't know if we would go back the following year. We do want to go back to Paris, like once
yep,
Lion King opens, because
yeah,
we haven't. Obviously, the Frozen stuff has opened since we last went.
yeah, yeah.
But I can see us waiting until Lion King opens, which I can't remember off the top of my head when that's meant to be.
They haven't said.
Um,
They haven't said. So knowing the French, it will be sometime in 2050.
yeah. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if we go back to Paris first, but I can see us going back to Orlando in like as you say, like the next 2 to 3 years, perhaps. Because yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's just on another level, isn't it? To the likes of
It is on another level, and there's always something new. I mean, like we're back in a couple of weeks, and okay,
Mhm.
there's not loads of new rides, but there's loads of new experiences for us to do, and
Yeah.
there are a couple of new attractions that we haven't done before. I think we've got Test Track 3.0, Rock and Roller Coaster with the Muppets, Zootopia, Villain Show. Okay, not every experience there is going to be 10 out of 10. But the fact that we only
Mhm.
went last year and all of those are now open is crazy. And then next year, we're planning on going in December, and hopefully by then Indiana Jones and Encanto will be open in Animal Kingdom. So that's not the reason we're going,
Yeah.
but it's looking likely that they'll be open by then.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the selling points, isn't it? Of things do change, and to a degree, like our trip this year felt quite busy because
Mm,
obviously Suzanne hadn't been for so many years, like 20 years. Um, so much had changed, so we were doing a lot of we were doing trying to do pretty much everything that we could.
yeah.
Whereas the next time you go, you might be like, oh, okay, well, we won't do that. We won't do that. We'll prioritize something else, and because there were a few bits that we didn't have an opportunity to do. Um, so it is just a case of once you've kind of ticked off a lot of the stuff, then the next time you can do
You
a
just
lot
chill out a
more.
bit more as well. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Well, I think we'll call it there. But thank you for episode 500, and we'll see you for episode 600 in 2 years.
yeah. Well, thank you for having me as a guest.
Well, anytime, anytime. Maybe the next time you go to Paris, we'll do another catch up.
Yeah, yeah, no, that'd be good.